Hello, ghouls, goblins, monsters, and pumpkins. My name is Mrs. Lizaola, and I am so happy to welcome you to our final music class of the month of October. Now, see, I love October. It's such a beautiful month, and I like that at the end of October, we get to celebrate something special. You see, the end of October, all of the leaves are starting to fall off of the trees, and everything is feeling a little bit spooky, right? The air gets kind of cold, and some people might put up spooky decorations, and some of you might even celebrate Halloween. And those of you who don't celebrate Halloween, maybe you get to just look at all of the beautiful pumpkins all around everywhere we go. Maybe you even get to carve a pumpkin into a jack-o'-lantern. But I really love October for that reason. And because of that, this week we are going to do lots and lots of music activities that are all about the spookiness of the end of October. And I can't wait to do that with you. The first thing we are going to do with that is a very special book. This very special book, it is called Bedtime at the Swamp. And this is a new book to me. It was recommended to me by a good friend, another music teacher, and I started reading it and I thought, oh, I have to share this with my students. Bedtime at the Swamp. And I love Bedtime at the Swamp because it's full of wonderful, beautiful rhythms. Rhythms that some of you might recognize. Bedtime at the Swamp. See, they're right there at the swamp. It says, I was sittin' by a swamp just hummin' a tune with fireflies dancin' 'neath the fat gold moon. When off in the distance was a splashin' sound, so I stood on my tippy toes and looked around. I heard splish, splash, rumble, rumble, bim, bam, boom. Splish, splash, rumble, rumble, bim, bam, boom. Well, my hands were a-shakin' and my heartbeat raced as I leaped through the marshes and a monster chased. When it followed behind me in the sludgy slime, it was rockin' and swayin' the entire time. Thanks. It went splish, splash, rumble, rumble, bim, bam, boom. Splish, splash, rumble, rumble, bim, bam, boom. Look at it. My goodness. So I hid in the branches of a willow tree, and I saw my kid sister staring up at me. She said, Ma said to fetch you 'cause it's time for bed. But sis, there's a monster in the swamp, I said. We heard splish, splash, rumble, rumble, bim, bam, boom. Splish, splash, rumble, rumble, bim, bam, boom. Then out crept a shadow from the swampy place. We were scared till we saw our older brother's face. He said, Ma said to fetch you 'cause it's time for bed. Quick, hide, there's a monster in the swamp, we said. And we heard splish, splash, rumble, rumble, bim, bam, boom. Splish, splash, rumble, rumble, bim, bam, boom. Oh, dear. Well, we looked for the monster, wondering where he went, till we spied our two cousins that our ma had sent, saying, we came to fetch you 'cause it's time for bed. Watch out, there's a monster in the swamp, we said. We heard splish, splash, rumble, rumble, bim, bam, boom. Splish, splash, rumble, rumble, bim, bam, boom. So we all sat and shivered 'neath the fat gold moon, and the crickets were a-chirpin', and the catfish were a-slurpin', and the frogs were a-croakin', and our feet were a-soakin', and the tree was a-stoopin', and my eyelids were droopin'. And we clung to each other, full of dread and fear. I said, hey, do you think we'll spend the night up here? Oh, no. Then we heard splish, splash, rumble, rumble, bim, bam, boom. Splish, splash, rumble, rumble, bim, bam, boom. And out sprang the monster that had made us scared, with its big feet a-stompin' and its sharp teeth bared. I yelled, help, it's the creature from the Black Lagoon. But just when we thought we faced certain doom, look at its pointy teeth. We heard splish, splash, rumble, rumble, bim, bam, boom. Splish, splash, rumble, rumble, bim, bam, boom. Who could it be? The monster's already there. Then out of the darkness stumped my dear old ma. She burst through the cattails and cried, aha! I've been trying to get you children home for bed, and I found you a-hidin' in this tree instead. She does not look happy. Maybe some of you have a grown-up that sometimes looks like that when they get upset. I do. And we went crunch, crash, tumble, tumble, split, splat, sploom. Crunch, crash, tumble, tumble, split, splat, sploom. They all fell out of the tree. They did. Well, Ma looked us over saying, "No one's hurt, but I don't think I've ever seen so much dirt. Now all of you go and get washed up for bed. And that goes for your new playmate too," she said. So he went splish, splash, rumble, rumba, bim, bam, boom. And we went splish, splash, rumble, rumba, bim, bam, boom. And I went splish, splash, rumble, rumba, bim, bam, boom into the bed. And Ma turned out the light. Click. The end. Love that one. Splish, splash, rumble, rumble, bim, bam, boom. It's called Bedtime at the Swamp. Such a good new book, right? Now, in that last book, it starts out spooky, right? And then we kind of learn about the monster and that he's not so spooky after all, that really it was just their mama coming to look for them. But I do know a song that actually is pretty spooky. It's a really good song that's perfect to come out this time of the year at the end of October when things start getting spooky and there's cold air and there's trees without any leaves and there's jack-o'-lanterns. It's a perfect song. This song is about an old woman who lives really close to a cemetery. And that's kind of spooky, I think. It's a very old woman. She's so old that her skin is all wrinkled on her bones and it kind of just hangs off of her. She's really old, okay? And she lives in a really old, creaky house right by a cemetery. It's a wonderful song, but it's very, very spooky. And in this song, you are going to have a job. Super simple job, though. Your job is to sing this little part like this. Ooh. That's it. I'll sing it again for you. Ooh. This time, why don't you sing it with me? Right up here, ready, go. Ooh. Try it one more time. Ooh. Very nice. You'll get the hang of it. So in this song, I will sing a line, and then you will sing back to me with that little ooh part. All right. It goes like this. There was an old woman, all skin and bones. Ooh. She lived out by the old graveyard. Ooh. One day she thought she'd take a walk. Ooh. She saw some bones lying around. Ooh. She thought that she would sweep them up. Ooh. She went to the closet to grab a broom. Ooh. She opened the door and boo! I love that song. It's a really good song. And if you want, you could rewind this video and you could teach it to yourself so that you can go and play the prank on someone in your house, on one of your grown-ups, or if you have a sibling that wouldn't be too scared by it. Don't do it to like a baby because that would be kind of mean. But if you have like an older sibling or someone close to your age, it's a really funny prank to play on them. Love that one. Skin and Bones. Perfect for the end of October. Now, I know I said at the beginning of the video that some of us in October might like to celebrate Halloween. So in Halloween, it's really all about getting something really sweet, something full of sugar, something that could rot your teeth out, but it's so fun to eat, and that is candy. So those of you who might go trick-or-treating, you probably get candy. And those of you who don't like to celebrate Halloween, you probably see a lot of candy in the store this time of the year anyway, and you might even get to take some home. Maybe you don't trick-or-treat or celebrate Halloween, but you get to eat candy. It's a wonderful time of the year for candy. And I love trick-or-treating because I get to bring home lots of candy. And when I get home, I like to sort my candy. So maybe I sort it into the pile of like, here's the candies I want to eat tonight right away. And then I'll sort another pile, here's the ones that I don't really care so much, so maybe I'll give them to my sister or something. And then here's my absolute favorites. These are the ones that I would want my mommy to like pack in my lunches for the next week. I like to sort my candy. But there's something about Halloween candy that you might not know. It's actually true for every kind of candy, not just Halloween candy. And it's that each kind of candy has its own rhythm. It's true, and we've been working a lot with rhythm. We've been working with ta, with titi, with rest, and with tika tika, right? So ta is one sound living inside of a steady beat. Titi is two sounds living inside of a steady beat. Rest is no sound at all living inside of a steady beat. And then, of course, tika tika, our newest one, that's four sounds living inside of a steady beat. But you may not have known that you can use those rhythms with every single kind of candy. It's the truth. And you can find the candy's rhythms by thinking about how many sounds there are in its name or how many syllables. So for example, my favorite kind of candy is anything with peanut butter and chocolate. I love peanut butter and chocolate together. It's a miracle. It tastes so wonderful. So I really like Reese's Pieces. And if you count the sounds or the syllables in the name Reese's Pieces, you can find its rhythm. So Reese's Pieces. 4 syllables, 4 sounds in Reese's Pieces. So that tells me that its rhythm is something with 4 sounds inside of a steady beat, which would be tika tika. So Reese's Pieces, its rhythm is tika tika. Really cool, right? Some of you might like a crunch bar. Crunch. How many sounds is that? Crunch. Just one. 1 syllable, 1 sound, so we know that crunch, its rhythm is ta. Some of you might really like Snickers. That would be TT, right? Some of you might like M&M. That would be TT ta. Well, we are going to play a little activity today where you are going to sort your candy, just like I was talking about before, but we're not going to sort it by which ones we want to eat or give away or save. Instead, we're going to sort these candies by their rhythms. So what you will do is you will click that candy up in the corner, and that will take you to a new page. The page will say, do you want to make a copy? The answer is yes. You definitely want to make a copy, because with these activities, we don't all want to be working on the same board, because then it would be everybody's work. No, I want to see just your work. So you're going to press yes, make a copy. And then at the bottom of that page, when it loads after you make yourself the copy, there will be a bunch of different candy bars at the bottom. And then 4 boxes with different rhythms. What you're going to do is drag those candy bars to the rhythm and just drop them into that box. And that's it. It'll be lots of fun. When you're done with that, you'll head down to the flip grid that's at the bottom of this page. And in that flip grid, you're just going to do 2 things. Tell me your favorite candy and tell me its rhythm. So I did that down below. I said my favorite candy is Reese's Pieces and its rhythm is tika tika. And then I want to hear all about yours if you're comfortable sharing. That would be wonderful for me to see. So before you go and sort your candy and show me your flip grid and find the rhythm of your favorite candy bar, we better sing goodbye. So go ahead and stand on up. I'll stand too. And we are going to sing our goodbye song. So make sure that you're ready for snapping and clapping, patting, and of course, stomping right up here. Ready, go, goodbye everybody, goodbye. Goodbye everybody, goodbye. Goodbye everybody, goodbye everybody, goodbye everybody, goodbye. All right, go get to sorting. Love you.